In this video, we're going to cover something that EQGZI um, can't currently do. Um, and so part of the whole reason I was making this program was to help solve my issue with day to night cycles. And I will show you real quick. I know a couple of people have been interested in this. Okay, we'll open Arena. Okay. So currently, the way the LIT files work is it's broken up kind of into two parts. You have a RGB component, and then you have I guess it's what you would call like a day to night contrast. So in order to visualize the day to night contrast, I have added this um, vertex weight conversion. So what you have to do is you have to be in object mode, and then go to your materials, come down here, and you'll see this alpha to weight paint button. And if you press that, it will take the alpha value of it's basically how bright it gets and turn it into a weight paint. So if we go into weight paint now, well, you can see where I was already painting on this one a little bit. I can fix that real fast. Okay. So basically this is how bright an area gets during the day. So if you were to look at a tunnel where you don't have any, um, where obviously you wouldn't want your daylight to come into, you can actually see that it transitions to blue. And what that means is that at the brightest part of the day, so like say 12 o'clock noon, this will be the same color at noon as it is at midnight. So there will be no change to like an indoor area if it is blue. And it grades all the way up to orange with the weight paint. So to give you kind of an example, what we'll do is we'll go back to object mode. We'll make us a little forest here. Okay. And then we'll go back over to our weight paint. Make sure I'm selecting the terrain. And then we can darken this. We'll bring it down. We'll go about 30%. And we can adjust our brush a little bit here. Okay. And what I like to do to visualize where you're painting is swap this over to wireframe mode because this paint is on vertices. So you can see where the vertices are. Paint this area in just a little bit. Make these trees. Okay. What this will do is it'll give us kind of a shadow effect. Now, once we're done with that, we need to go down here and turn that back into an alpha paint. So we'll do that real quick. Okay. And let's create how did I save that? Make sure I saved my file there. Okay. I guess I can explain a little bit to do with the RGB values. Okay, so that only handles the brightness. So this is going to basically make like a shadow area underneath these trees. So the other section of this is a RGB value. So if you're not just concerned with light and say you wanted a red glow under something like a torch, what you can do is swap this over to Vertex Paint, and this will be the LIT color here. And you want to put this back into the solid. And this helps you visualize the actual um, RGB values. So for instance, what would be a good example here? I guess we could pretend like a torch was attached to this column or something. So we can go into here and say we want to make like an orange color. Go a little bit more. So find a good color range here. This will work. Okay. And again, we'll put this, let's say, right in this area. Okay. And just pretend there's like a torch on there. And we'll do that after this next, after we check these light values here. Okay. There we go. Okay, and you can see how this has like a shadow effect underneath the trees. And out here, there is no effect. So if we set our time, let's see, that's the brightest part of the day. You can see the trees are also a bit darker, so they're actual like shaded. And then if we set it to nighttime, see it's a little bit darker, but not like terribly. Okay, and now let me demonstrate that light value real quick. Let's say that right. I think it doesn't like it when it's in vertex paint mode. There we go. Yeah, I need to put it back into object mode when you're finished. This will just be to show you how that red tint works for the torch. Mm. Oh, there you go. So you can kind of see how it's got this red effect. Now during daylight hours, because this has no, it's not like a darker value. So if we set this to like 12, it's not even noticeable. And then as you get later into the day, it will get brighter and brighter until it's nighttime. So, like I said, you kind of imagine that there would be a torch like attached to this column. I think that's it for LITs. I'm sure people have questions about it, but of course, feel free to message me about those. And thanks for watching.